Yeah, let's go check this out.
I used to do this thing where if I had a shot at something, somebody would call me and be like, Twitter? Oh, this agency needs someone to build this thing for Twitter that drops props on their head. And I'd say up, and I would make a fucking fake video, a proposal video of how I would do it.
Get this, please. Van, tell me what this is.
So that's Stanley Kubrick's. I'll tell you. In Stanley Kubrick's guest room at his house in England, this was not this one, but these words were framed on the wall for guests, and these are the basic rules of Stanley Kubrick's house.
So cool.
Alright, so I'll show you how this works.
Can we turn this light on?
Yes. So I made this proposal movie. God, I hope this thing still works. Yeah, it'll still work.
Wait, this was your pitch? This is your pitch?
I made a movie of this. This is just the gadget from the movie. So these are these little brushes.
Oh, wow.
And so we would shoot on a high-speed camera. This is a model of me, by the way. So it sits in this
Mounted
chair.
to an old driver's license, it looks like.
Yes. Let's stick them like this. Okay, and these are props from another movie. And so they needed a hopper that would drop like props on someone's head. So I made this gadget, and then I made a movie and shot it with slow motion iPhone. Here, I'll give you an example. I'll put some airsoft BBs in it and we'll make a big mess. It'll be fun. So you would shoot straight on in super slow motion and he'd be lit like this, and this would all be cropped out. And then you crank this thing and it dropped them in sequence. So it would be like a waterfall and not just one poof on his head.
Yeah.
And then we built the real thing in Los
VidCon.
Angeles, and then we took it apart and brought it to VidCon, put it together, and we had all these props, like hundreds of dollars worth of props to drop, and all these influencers wanted to do it, and the whole thing went perfectly. And with that money, I went to Mexico. But there's a video, there's the proposal video. I can send you a link if you want to put it in your thing, if you want.
Yeah.
And I did one for the Maritime Hotel, which it's still around. It's in Manhattan. It's one of the best hotels in Manhattan. It's wonderful. And they would send out every year, they would send out presents to all their big shot guests. So one year, the owner came to me. I had known the guy for a while. He said, how much to make a movie? Like a 2-minute movie. How much would you charge me? And he said, put a pitch together. And so I put a pitch together, and it was the trailer for The Shining, where the elevator opens and 100,000 gallons of blood comes pouring out.
Yeah.
Did the same thing at his hotel, but instead of blood, it was 2 hot girls dressed in the what do they call the clean rooms in hotels?
Oh, the maid?
No, is it called maids?
The cleaning service? Talking about the people who clean the
housekeeping.
Okay.
Housekeeping. They're dressed in the housekeeping outfits. Come out and they have the pillows with the tops cut out, and they go like this. And so the whole frame is filled with pillows. And then we had on the side, we had to tent the whole lobby. We had to build a tent to tent the whole lobby to contain all these feathers. And then on the side we had like leaf blowers and tons of things, so that the whole thing, it was like a blizzard. And then in the end, very end, we had one of the cleaner guys, one of the janitors, with a vacuum coming just in this blizzard with a vacuum across the thing. And in the middle, a woman nude with a big banner wrapped around her, and she running, and a guy holding the end of the banner, and on the banner it said Happy New Year's from the Maritime Hotel.
Wow.
20 whatever. So I made one of these videos of that. We built a little model, went to the hotel, took pictures, printed it out, did the thing, and he hired me. And that man was Eric Good. Do you know who that is?
No.
He directed Tiger King.
Oh, okay.
He made that whole thing.
Okay.
He invited me up to Santa Barbara to watch it years ago. He was like, he was working on this other project. He was seeing if I wanted to work on it, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, and I got this thing. And he showed it to me. He's like, don't tell anyone. He's like, this guy's up on like attempted murder charges. And it's like, this can't get out.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. And then it came out. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking Eric's movie. And then it was like the huge hit.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was the mark. That was the very beginning of COVID, remember?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like March 14th or something.
Yeah. I watched Tiger King 2 that time.
Yeah. But he greenlit that thing. He was the guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about some of these things in here that we might want to know about.
Okay, so what was the original? Oh man. So I wanted to do this art show. I wanted to do a gallery art show of the piece that's in the Kurt Vonnegut piece.
Yeah.
So I made, this is Super 8 cartridges that I shoot Super 8, and you open them up and you have to make a loop. It has to be exactly 12 feet long, has to be at work. So I made these proposal videos for 5 galleries in LA. Videos, they're films. And I sent them these things. And this was the perfect size box to make it like you open it up and there it is, you pick it up.
A little kit, yeah.
But you had to order 50 of them. 50 of these boxes, but they're a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 11.
Okay.
So I just keep everything organized in them. I wish I had more room, and I would just organize. Kubrick had custom designed boxes that were bigger than this, because he's in England and it's A4 paper is a little bigger. I wish I had just everything organized and nothing. I don't want to own anything that doesn't fit in these boxes.
So do you identify as OCD type? Like, have you?
But not the D. Not the D. There's no D. I use it as it's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like OCE, obsessive compulsive enhancement.
I see. Okay. I'm with you. Like, what is this about right here?
So this stopwatch. Okay, this question mark was, what was it from? I don't remember. It's from something unrelated, and I just stuck it on there. But this was for, oh my God. It was a proposal movie. We were trying to get a McDonald's commercial. And so it was, McDonald's was coming out with coffee and they were competing with Starbucks. So we took this thing and we put like a McDonald's logo on it, and we made this video where we would go to Starbucks and order a coffee and how long did it take versus McDonald's, we ordered a coffee, how long did it take? We didn't get that job. But it was like, I don't know. That's why I own this stopwatch.
Oh, I thought it was here maybe to. What's that?
I do use it sometimes.
There's a method of time where you work for like 25 minutes, then you don't work for 20. Have you heard of that style?
Yeah, Dan Brown does something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how about this? This is kind of.
This is from the Fourth Turning video.
Yeah.
And this is like, this concept is so incredible, but you can't just explain it to people. You need the people to see that like history repeats itself in 80-year blocks, and they're always the same.
So interesting.
They're always the same. And he can go back 500 years. He can go back into the War of the Roses. And he can go back into Mongolia. Because he's an expert, this guy who wrote this, Neil Howe. And so this book just totally blew my mind. And it makes me feel so relaxed about, it's just like, oh, no. We're probably going to like have some horrible thing. Maybe, I don't even want to say war with China. I don't even want to put those words out there, but some kind of horrible thing that changes everything, but we're going to get out of it. We're just going to have some really hard years ahead of us. And it was written in 97, and that's why okay, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Anything else noteworthy in here? What are some of these photographs?
Photos. Okay, so there was a period I love postcards. And that's the thing I love to do when I go to a foreign land is go through their postcard, because you got to find the postcard. Yeah. Then you got to find the stamp. Then you got to figure out how to mail it. And I love doing that. And so I've sent a lot out, and a lot of awesome people sent me postcards. This is Ariel Schulman sent me this. He's like a big Hollywood director, but we all started out together in the same building. Who sent me this? Ariel again. That's Peter Sellers. This is from Oscar Boyson, I think. This is from Josh Safdie. That's my family when we were little. This is from Isabel's mom, Cookie Donaldson. This is a Game Boy I made for a video on the Neistat brothers. I was walking down the street. I was in Tribeca, and there was this huge booth of sound set up and a DJ, and people. It was just a huge crowd, and the music sounded like Super Mario Brothers music. And I went over to the table, and he had hacked 2 of these Game Boys, and that was his musical instrument. And the screens were just filled with code.
That's so cool.
And so that's what that was from. My brother gave me a Nintendo, and that's that. I don't know. This just that's me snowboarding in Morocco down a what's it
Sand
called?
drift?
Dune. Yeah.
How about this? This is very. Hemingway wrote on a Corona, didn't he?
I don't know.
I think he did.
I hope so. That's spell check. This is my spell check.
That's classic.
Because I think when you write them down, it helps you remember how they're spelled a little bit, and searching for them. I don't know. It's something weird. I do it.
I love the Post-its too. Just the lists.
Because if I had a better memory, that guy, BC, he doesn't need any of this shit. It's all here, and he doesn't forget a fucking thing. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Steve Martin, he said, he's like, your workarounds is what your style. It's the stuff that you can't do, and you're like, well, I'm just going to do it this way because I don't have this thing. And that's how you develop your voice. It's just 10 years of those, a collection of 10 years of those.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel that way when you're in it. It just feels like, fuck, I wish I had a fucking lavalier mic. And I didn't have to do this.
Yeah.